Hi there. Before we get into this will contain no manga-based spoilers of any kind, meaning this video goes up to the movie strictly, so don't worry, it is A-OK. RUI. If you're someone who has seen the series so far, then you know about RUI's story. RUI Ayaki was born with a very sickly, frail body. He wasn't capable of really any physical activity whatsoever. That, of course, includes something as simple as walking or even breathing. One night, the ever-frightening and thrilling Muzan Kabutsuji approached young RUI and offered him the chance to walk, move freely, and practically fulfill every desire he had. Of course, that's a little crazy considering who he is. He's literally the king of all demons. RUI, being a child, agrees to this offering and attains the appearance we all recognize him to have. Being a demon, he needed blood to sustain his new transformation, and when his parents caught wind of everything, considering he lives there, they were petrified and knew something had to be done. On another night, his father sneaks into his room with a knife, and initially we're all under the impression that he planned to kill him in his sleep, which I believe is partially true. But in all actuality, his parents were planning on taking him out as well as themselves, due to feeling heavily devastated for allowing this to happen. RUI awakes, and in anger prevents the initial plan from happening because, from his side, it looks like complete betrayal, leading to his obsessive and his thirsting behavior of craving a true family bond. Now I know, this is probably so far for season 1 the most conflicting backstory. I mean, he's just a child who had been taken advantage of by Muzan, and was just a pawn for a horrible tragedy. I truly feel bad for him, and I won't lie. I really won't lie. I shed a tear finding out about his end. He creates an entire family using spare, weaker demons he finds along his journey, giving them roles so that he can have that bond. Though he succeeded in creating this family, it was hollow to him since he didn't feel a bond with any of them. That is, until he came across our favorite siblings Tanjiro and Nezuko. Seeing how Nezuko went out of her way to protect Tanjiro from his attack literally shook him to his core. The man was absolutely damn near traumatized seeing the bond that was displayed right before his eyes. He had no idea how to feel or what to think seeing this, and inevitably, understanding that it truly was a family bond, tried to take Tanjiro's sister. Seeing how this story seeing how this story is truly anime to its core, Tanjiro and Nezuko delivered justice upon RUI in the most epic and Twitter trending way. They both retaliate by showcasing their true bond. It was so awesome. Truly, it really was. It was actually badass. And yeah, as cool as it didn't do a damn thing. RUI decapitated his own head to avoid the attack. That is until our boy Giyu came in and finished the job with absolute ease. Giyu didn't even fight the guy. He just killed him like it was nothing. As the battle concludes, the last thing Demon RUI sees is Tanjiro showcasing his warm heart as he turns over and looks at RUI, feeling sorry for him as he's still protecting Nezuko. It's truly a sight to see, really. Season 1 of Demon Slayer is absolutely amazing. The way they capture you and the way they make you feel for a lot of these characters. And of course, throughout the series, there will be a lot more heart-tugging, wrenching stories that we'll see with a number of characters, because we've only been introduced to a handful of them for the first season. When we get to those later ones, oh boy. The RUI, or the Mount Natagumo arc, is one of my personal favorites because of how beautifully they adapted every character in this section of the show. It truly is a tearjerker seeing this story and understanding why RUI is the way he is to begin with. He isn't blood hungry and ridiculous for no reason. He just wanted his family back. His story truly ends with him realizing that his parents were going to take themselves out with him, and all three of them will go to the afterlife. Now, when I tell you that my face was wet after episode 19 and 20, getting that story and really getting a conclusion to the antagonist that was RUI truly was something that affected me emotionally, because it's just so sad to see a character who's a child. I mean, he's not even a man, he's not an adult or anything like that. He's just a kid who really, again, was just a pawn in the grand scheme of things to Muzan's mission. He got taken advantage of and didn't understand what really happened, and also didn't really understand that, yeah, you did have a family bond. You just completely forget when you transform into a demon. Your memories are completely suppressed until you die. It's sad, it really is, but it's the truth. It's how this show works. But okay, enough. Let me suck the tears back in. Let's get off of these emotional train. And let's get to what RUI can actually do, combat-wise, demon-wise. Let's get into it and let's wrap this thing up. RUI works almost similar in a way to Muzan. He's able to share his blood among other demons, giving a lot more power and strength, as well as strengthen his own abilities with his own blood. He has the capabilities of manipulating someone else's cells if they have taken his blood. This is shown within his demon family, as they all have a similar spider-like appearance to his own. He has a ridiculous amount of strength and an insane amount of defense with his skin alone, since he has a spider-like pattern on his attire. Of course, he has spider-like abilities. He uses thread manipulation, almost like Spider-Man, basically just swinging around and stringing up very, very, very strong webs. Every variation of his thread manipulation ability ends with someone getting cut up into many pieces. From his cutting thread cage to his murderous eye basket, someone's not making out of that. Unless you're Tanjiro Kamado. Unless you are Tanjiro, he is the only person who's making out of that. But with all that being said, with understanding his abilities and his backstory, that wraps up the tragedy that is RUI Aoki. It's a very sad story, once again, realizing that all he wanted, being as powerful and tactical and very useful as he was, he just wanted a family in a place where he could really feel happy for one time in his life.